Hello YouTube, Ultra Maximus back with another Star Wars review, and today we're taking a look at the Force Awakens Disney Store exclusive interactive electronic BB-8 Astromech Droid. I happened to be on the north side of Indianapolis yesterday, and I decided I was going to do a toy hunt at our local Disney store at the Castleton Square Mall, and I was actually looking for the die-cast Disney Store Captain Phasma or a die-cast Black X-Wing, and I went in and they had some really cool figures, and the staff there was great, by the way. Good job, guys, ladies actually. And unfortunately they did not have Captain Phasma. All they had were the Kylo Ren figures, which I've already got the 6-inch Black Series Kylo Ren, and it wasn't, anything different. I was trying to get something kind of like that with Captain Phasma and, being metaled. I thought that'd be cool, but alas, nay. And they didn't have the X-Wing. They had the TIE Fighter, and I came close to getting one, but then I came around the corner and I saw this little guy. And they had two of them sitting there, and, it's a Disney Store exclusive, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. And I start walking around the store, and I went back up to it, and I saw it was $35, and the price was like shocking to me, and I had to actually ask the employee, is this the right price? And lo and behold, it was. So what we have here is a pretty darn cool toy. It's pretty good size. It's got to be close to a foot, so it's probably 10, 11, 12 inches tall. We'll find out here when we get it out of the package. But what really drew me to this is the head moves. It's got lights and sounds. There are 17 plus sound effects on it. It rolls around. It's got voice command as well as push button sensors. So definitely pretty cool for the price, and I really do like the detail on it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. So looking at the box, we get a really cool looking box. It says Disney Store exclusive up here in the corner in black. Very cool. It's got the 17 plus sound effects. We got Kylo Ren down here at the bottom. It says Force Awakens. It says it's for ages 3 and up, but I really question that with some of the parts, and I'll talk more about that when we actually get into the figure itself. Kind of a shot of the side. Really nothing going on there, but I like the red. It's got a very neat Imperial look going on. It says Star Wars. Back of the package has got BB-8 right here. All the different stuff. BB-8 Astromech Droid. It's got mode 1 where you can push the button and he does his little thing, and then mode 2 is sound activation, so when you say something he reacts. Now the funny thing is, if you look on the box, all the LEDs light up red, which is interesting because they're actually blue on the toy itself. So again, this side, not really much going on there, but it says, from the new film, Star Wars Awakens, and that looks pretty cool. And then top of the package, this thing's actually pretty heavy. It says Star Wars, and then it's got the Try-Me option there. So it does come with batteries out of the box, which is nice. So that is pretty awesome. As you can see, he does have a blue LED, not red, which is very nice. He makes the cute sounds. And this runs on 4 AA batteries, which actually isn't too bad. So let's go ahead and get this open and see what we think of BB-8. Alright, so here we have BB-8 out of the package. And this thing is heavy, man. It has got some weight to it. It feels like, almost feels like a really small bowling ball. Detail on this is superb. Like, I'll do some close-up shots so you can actually see the detail they put on this thing. I mean, it just looks amazing. It actually looks better than the 6-inch Black Series figure. Now, the size on this thing is pretty significant. Get the tape measure out here. If we put the tape measure next to him, he is about 10, maybe 10.5 inches, just under 11 inches at the top of the dome, and then his top antenna comes right at 12 inches tall. So this is not a small figure at all. So one of the funny things about this figure, it does come with instructions on how to assemble the antenna, and I'm going to pull the instructions out. It is the most complicated instructions in the history of ever. 2 steps. You put the antenna in. Now, I will say that It says this is for children 3 and up, and this is a pretty durable toy. I think a little kid can play with it pretty decently. I wouldn't let him play with it on concrete or hard floor. It'd probably break. But on the carpet, yeah, it's not a problem. But I would not attach the antenna. I would be afraid they either come out or snap off, and the child would injure themselves, swallow it, or do something, or poke their eye or something with it. So if you do get this for a smaller child, I would refrain from putting the antenna in. So this little guy actually has 3 different modes. There's the demo mode that he comes in the box, which he currently is in. Mode 1, which is you push the button and he goes through his motions. And then there is an audio or sound activated one, or voice command, whatever you want to call it, where he responds to sounds, which is really cool. I will demonstrate the actual motion of the guy in my kitchen because he will roll off the little stage here, so definitely don't want that to happen. So I'll give him some space because it does move around, which is really cool. But so the way this works, it does have 4 AA batteries that plug in the back. It comes with the batteries, which is nice. Thank you, Disney. There's a button up here on the top of his head. There's also a button down here on his body, so if he bumps into something, he'll back up and move away from it. Unfortunately, there's not one in the back. I wish they would have put one on the front and back because he does like to roll backwards. And if he rolls backwards onto something, he just kind of sits there and spins his wheel until it actually happens. So just to kind of demonstrate him here. Oh, so cute. So he does have a lot of different sounds. And I noticed some of them activate when he's rolling around, and then some of them are only when you push the button on his head, which is interesting. And all of his sound effects kind of are a cross between R2-D2 and Chopper, which is kind of interesting. I think this is going to be a really fun character in the movie. Definitely pretty cool, but his head does roll around. Now, the biggest drawback that people are probably going to bitch about is the fact when he does move, he does not actually roll around like the Hasbro remote control Target exclusive or the little Sphero phone app one. And that's because it's got the electronics in there. And it's got the rotating head on there, so I'm sure they couldn't do that. And I knew when I picked it up that it wasn't going to be able to do that. But if you look on the bottom, it does have this nice treaded wheel, and that's how he moves around, which is not a big deal for me. I'm okay with that because of everything else it does and the cost, which is definitely pretty cool. All the detail on the figure is very nice. Now, this is the largest of the 3 kind of interactive remote control BB-8s that we've received. The Sphero's like 4 inches tall, and I think the Hasbro one looks to be about 6 or 7, maybe 8 inches tall, whereas this guy's going up to 12 inches at his antenna. I will put a comparison. There was a fellow YouTuber that's actually got all 3 of these, and he does a size comparison. So I will put a image of that along with a link to that video if you want to go check it out where he compares the 3. Very cool stuff. So definitely check that out here. So here we have the 3 different BB-8s that we've received. From left to right, we've got the Sphero, which is about 4 inches tall, costs about $150. That's the Android app-controlled one. In the middle is the Hasbro Target exclusive remote control, and that's probably around 8 inches or so tall, and retails for about $80. And then on the right, we have the Interactive BB-8, which about 10 inches actually at the top of the dome, and 12 at the antenna, retailing for $35. So of the 3, I'm really liking this one a lot because of the size and the detail, and most importantly, the cost is very, very nice. Now, you know, like I've had my issues with the Sphero. It looks good. I love the detail. It's very fast. And I mean, it looks like the movie. It's just so small. It's like 4 inches small. And my biggest gripe with it is, aside from the cost, it's app controlled. So what happens If the app gets outdated and your phone can't run it anymore, or you upgrade your phone and you can't get that app to go onto the new phone, that really kind of bothers me. If that Sphero figure came with like a little credit card remote control that could go on beyond the app, I'd be okay with it, I think. But that's what really kind of irks me about that one, in addition to the cost, because you know, all the app functionality to it does cost money. The Hasbro one is pretty cool. The remote control one, I do like it. It's a little clunkier, but it does roll around on the body, but it's just a little bit off in the head sculpt, I think. It looks a little squashed to me. Oh, sorry, buddy. Nah, it's just a little bit squashed to me, where I think this one looks a little bit nicer, and it's like $80 for an infrared remote control toy, so it's a little cost prohibitive for me. If that figure was like half the price, I definitely would have went out and picked it up. I mean, this one is, and it's very, very cool. So looking at the detail of the figure, as you can see, they did an amazing job with this guy. It's got all the silver paint and the white, and I'll put some close-up shots here in a minute. It's got this dirty kind of sand-covered look. There's some nice paint washing and all the details. Definitely cool. They did not skimp out at all. I mean, even the underside has got paint on it, which is very, very cool. Top of the head looks good. I really do like it. The weight, it just, I mean, this feels like a solid toy, and I mean, it just really impresses me for the cost to it, for sure. So let's go ahead and get some close-up shots and see what we think. So here's a close-up on BB-8's head. He's got his nice little black sensor, and I like how this sensor is black until it lights up. And it's just a beautiful blue. I mean, that's really, really nice. All this orange paint detail, the wash that's in the actual creases and everything, very, very nice. The silver paint apps. It's even got the detail underneath, the molded detail, looking super, super nice. Just really, really cool. I am digging it. They did a fantastic job with the paint apps on this figure. There's the top of it. Just looks really, really nice, and just kind of a close-up. As you can see, it's got that kind of yellowy tinge to it all over it, like he's been out in the desert, and that's just absolutely amazing to me. I think they just did a spectacular job with the detail. So here we have BB-8's body, which is basically a giant soccer ball. But yeah, the detail on it, I like how it's got the silver bit. This one's supposed to not be painted. It's like that on the Black Series figure as well, and in shots we've seen in the trailer for the movie. Love the orange, all the detail. Again, that wash in on all the creases just looks really, really nice. The underside, even the wheel is kind of hidden pretty well in there. Which I like. And then on this side, I love how we get the red paint apps and we get some black paint apps there. Very, very cool. The back side, again, each one of these pieces are a little bit different. Here are the battery panels, so you can put your AA's in. The switch is right there, so you can go your 3 modes. You got the display mode, which I've got it on, the push button mode, so he rolls around, and the sound mode, and then there's an off button. It's got a Star Wars logo that, if I can get it, you can barely see it there, but yeah, there is a Star Wars logo. There we go. Very nice embossed in there. But look at that. The dirt detail is really nice. There's the on-off button. Very cool. I am digging it. I mean, they just did a great job. This is the little sensor button, so if you hit something, he backs up. That's just absolutely phenomenal detail work. For size comparison, here we have the Disney Store Interactive BB-8 with the 6-inch Black Series BB-8. Of course, this one's actually not 6 inches tall, it's maybe 2 inches tall. It's the figure that comes with the, what's her name, Ray figure that I don't even know where that figure is now. But yeah, I always thought the detail on this one was really, really nice. But looking at this figure, oh, I mean, it just looks utterly spectacular. And like I had said in the photo before, the color, the orange color, it's not really orange. I mean, this one's got some orange paint on it. This is more of a, like a bronzy orange color, which is very, very nice and very realistic looking. Here's BB-8 next to the 3 3/4 inch scale chopper from Star Wars Rebels. Oh, he's so cute, so tiny. This guy's probably about 1.5 inches tall, so definitely cool to see how big this thing really is. Here we have the Interactive BB-8 next to a 6-inch Black Series Star Wars figure. Of course, it's Kylo Ren from The Force Awakens. And as you can see, this thing is twice the size of the 6-inch scale, which is very cool. I mean, this guy is just going to look great, either sitting down on the floor or up on your shelf for sure. And finally, again, just to show scale on this toy, here he is next to a Year of the Horse Optimus Prime Platinum Edition Masterpiece figure. So he's bigger than the Optimus figure. So this is definitely a significant toy. All right, so here we've got BB-8 in the kitchen, and you're probably going to hear the parrots in the background. They get all excited when I do stuff in here. So right now I have him on the first mode, which is the push button mode. So he backs up. Oh, he hit the wall. Now this is the thing, I wish he had a sensor on the back, because when he backs up, he just keeps going and he gets stuck and he gets mad. So here he comes forward. Oh, the parrot loves BB-8. That's cool. I've never seen him do that one before. That's awesome. Let's see if we can get him to hit the sensor on the door. Oh, no, BB-8, where are you going? Come on, BB-8. There he goes. Now, he should hit the sensor and back up. Just... Come on, dude. Do it. Now he's making a liar of me. There he goes. So now he's backing up, and he rolls a good distance. So, just to kind of demonstrate the sensor on the front. There he goes. Oh, BB-8, where are you going? So now we have level 2, which is sound activated. So, BB-8. There he goes. Oh, where are you going, BB? BB-8, what are you doing? BB-8. And if you notice, it takes a second for him to react when it hears a sound, but it will go. In fact, the parrots were talking and he reacted to them, which was kind of funny. BB-8, come here. Oh, he's still trying to back up. Come on, BB-8, go forward. BB-8, go forward. There he goes. How awesome is that? BB-8, back up. No, he's going the wrong way. BB-8, come back. BB-8, back up. So definitely a fun little toy. Dance, BB-8, dance. I love it when he does that. Go forward, BB-8. BB-8, back up. Or dance. BB-8, go forward. Oh, he's tired. BB-8, dance. So I think it actually knows certain commands. BB-8, back up. BB-8, back up. Who's writing the dancing? BB-8, come here. Yeah, I'm over here. Come here, BB-8. BB-8, back up. BB-8, forward. So yeah, I really think it knows commands. And it gets hit in the sensor. So is the Disney Store Interactive BB-8 something that you want in your Star Wars collection? If you are a fan of this new Star Wars movie and you're collecting everything up, this is definitely something cool. If you like Disney Store exclusives, this is pretty neat. What I really, really like about it is the size, the detail, the electronics, the lights and sounds that it gets, the fact that it has voice command activation. You know, that is amazing for the price, which is $35 plus tax. Now, it doesn't, the biggest drawback, it does not roll around on the ball body, but with everything else and the price, plus it comes with batteries, I mean, you can't argue the price point on this. If you've got a Star Wars fan and a birthday's coming up or you want to get it for Christmas, this is definitely something any Star Wars fan is going to fall in love with. And it's a reasonable price. I'm shocked at that price. I can't say that enough. But yeah, I really do recommend this. Now, it is a Disney Store exclusive. The Disney Store here in Indianapolis had 2 of them on the shelf. The lady did say you can order this online, so if you don't have a Disney Store near you or you know, they're out, you can, at the time of this recording, order them online. You got to pay shipping, but I do recommend it. So there he is, the Disney Store exclusive Interactive BB-8 Astromech Droid from Star Wars The Force Awakens. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Don't forget to subscribe and share. And as always, look for more videos in the future.